Today we will learn about SQL data types. The data types of a column define what value the column can hold, like integer, character, money, date and time, binary, and so on. So, a SQL developer must decide what type of data that will be stored inside each column when creating a table. The data type is a guideline of SQL to understand what type of data is expected in each column, and it also identifies how SQL will interact with the stored data. First, actually, we can write that in MySQL there are three main data types. This is the basically there are three main data types. Then we will learn about all these one by one. String, then there is numeric, and then there is date and time. So let us learn about different type of string data types. First one is character. In bracket, you can mention the size. Just like in case of C, we mention integer 4. That means that variable can take the value of an integer of length 4. So here we can specify the same thing with the help of size. We can say that it is a fixed length string, and the length can be specified by the user or by database administrator. The size parameter specifies the column length. Okay. This is the purpose of size parameter. And the length of the character can be from 0 to 255. This is the possible length of character type. Next one is again a string type, and it is called varchar, then size. Varchar and char both are similar and are used for character data types. However, these days, varchar data type is used as the range of varchar is much more than character. So here we can say there is a difference in character and varchar. Character is a fixed length string, whereas varchar is a variable length string and can contain letters, numbers, and special character. Also, the size parameter specifies the maximum column length in characters. Can be from 0 to 65535. So this is the difference between character data type and varchar data type. Now just look at another string data type, that is binary. Then there is size. It is equal to character data type but stores binary byte strings. The size parameter specifies the column length is byte and the default is 1. So these are there are other string data type also, but these are the main or useful data type. Now let us look into another data type, that is numeric data types. As the name suggests, it is for numeric type of data. First one is bit, then there is size, a bit value type. The number of bits per value is specified in size, and the size parameter can hold a value from 1 to 64. And the default size is 1. So by default, the size is always 1. Now, next type is bool. It is again called Boolean data type. 0 is considered as false, non-zero values are true. So this the bool can take only two values, 0 and 1. 1 if the value is true and 0 if it is false. Now mostly use data type in this is size. A medium integer. Signed range, there's a signed range and there is unsigned range. So Here we can say that the size parameter specifies the maximum display width. This is the purpose of integer data type. We can write it integer size width, also integer size. But generally this integer size is not used. Again, like in C, here also a float data type, size, and then D, a floating point number. The total number of digit is specified in size. The number of digit after the decimal point is specified in the D or second parameter. Similarly, there is double size D. Double size, a normal size floating point number. The total number of digit is specified in size. The number of digit after the decimal point is specified in the parameter. Then the next data type is date and time data types. What is date and time data type? Date. Here, date is itself a data type, which is a new one. Those who have studied C or other programming languages, they are unaware that date is itself a data type. Remember that the default format in SQL is YYYY, MM, then DD. This is the default format. Okay. So these are mainly these type of data types are used. Now, after learning the data type, we should learn how to create table or the creation of the table. Before creation of the table, let me first learn the syntax for creation of table. Whenever a table needs to be created, then for table creation, we need to know the data types of the programming language. So we'll write SQL create table statement. The create table statement is used to create a new table database. So we can say that create table then create table name here we will write the table name. Suppose we want to call the table as employee, then this is the syntax. When at the time of execution, we don't need to attach this symbol. However, for better understanding this syntax, that this is the syntax of the create table command, we will write it like that. Create table is a keyword that we need to use. Table name will be given by the user or database administrator, developer. Then there will be a bracket and we will write column 1, then data type, then column 2, data type, column 2 data type, then there will be column 3 and column 3 data type. Okay. Sorry. The dot reflects that there can be many more columns, and finally we will use this symbol, and every SQL statement need to be translated with a semicolon. Sorry, need to be ended or need to be terminated with column. The column parameters specify the names of the columns of the table. The database parameter specifies the type of data the column hold. So the data type parameter varchar integer date. Now this was the syntax for creation of table. Now let me write a command for create table employee. Okay, create table employee is the table name. Then maybe this is employee ID. But before starting, we will start with a bracket, employee ID, integer, then first name, varchar, this is, suppose I have given length as 255 so that even big names can be accommodated. Similarly, last name, varchar, okay. Here again I am giving 255. Then I will write address, varchar, so this is the address data type. And then we can write as city. In city, again varchar, then we will write 255, and we will end the syntax, or we will end the creation of the table command. So this command will create an employee table with field employee ID, first name, last name, address field, and city field. So this is the syntax for creation of the table. So by writing this command, by writing creation of table command, it will create a table. This type of table will be created where the first field will be, first heading will be first name, then second one will be last name, third one will be address, and the next one is city. Now the question arises that after writing this command, we will be able to learn, or we will be able to know that these are the headings of the table. Now, how to get it populated, how to save the values in this field, maybe first name, last name, address, city, and also there is one more field, employee ID. In case of student, it is student roll number. So how it can be done? It can be done with the help of another command, which is called insert command. Okay, we will write the command, or we will enter the data of, we will fill the data of the table by entering the command which is called insert command. Insert command will insert the value of the table. Okay, so with this we will fill up the table. Also here employee ID is considered as the primary key of the table, because with the help of primary key we will be able to distinguish one employee record from another employee record. So that is called this. There will be another, first field was employee ID. So this employee ID will be, is the primary key of the table. Now we will look at the syntax of insert command. Insert into table name. Again we will write in bracket column 1, column 2, and so on, the number of column which we have specified, and then we will write values, then we will write value 1, value 2, and so on. So this is the command for insertion of table. It will be terminated by semicolon.